What else have we got here? 52 seconds ago, esports is the future, but it's not going to invent itself. Jade is going to invent esports!
Before we talk about the Overwatch League, what was Overwatch? Overwatch released on May 24th, 2016. It was something new, different and refreshing. A 6v6 hero shooter with a roster of diverse and unique playable characters, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. And at the time, ability shooters were new, and so the game blew up in popularity. It was an experience that was accessible to a wide audience that was easy to get into but hard to master, both in terms of active players base and hours they spent playing the game. The game went on to win a whopping 102 Game of the Year awards across different publications, award shows and pools, including Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards. From the very beginning of Overwatch, there was a group of players that took the game further than others, seeing the game as a path to pro. Regional competition began popping up, like Apex Korea, showing the potential and popularity of Overwatch as an esport.
It's available for the side of Kogu Pantera. They'll lose out on the Fisher as well. There's no tanks, it's just Rascal and Birdring against the world. Some of the best DPS that we have, but they will die, and that's gonna be it. Lunatic High, twice in a row, back-to-back championships. They will take it all the way to Game 7. They close it out in the end. And Kongdu Panthera, despite their best efforts, will find themselves in second place. The uncrowned kings.
This was a great time for Overwatch as an esports. The game was just naturally becoming bigger than the grassroots start. Tournaments and events were being hosted in all regions, and up-and-coming players were making a name for themselves.
Eventually, Blizzard announced the Overwatch League in 2016, making several promises aimed at setting a new standard for professionalism and stability in esports. The goal was to attract top talent by offering the kind of structure and benefits more commonly seen in traditional sport leagues like the NFL.
When it was announced that Blizzard was starting their own franchise league, as players we were excited, as it would be a huge step forward for esports as a whole. The idea of 50k minimum salaries, housing, contractual stability, and healthcare, it was crazy coming from 5 guys sleeping and playing in the same room. I mean, at this moment, it definitely felt like this was taken seriously. We were becoming a real competitive esport that could compare to even the NFL.
Now, in 2018, 2 years after the initial announcement, came Overwatch League. A franchise league with 12 teams spanning players from all across the world, from all regions, Asia, Europe, and NA, competing for the title of inaugural season champion. Each team was based on American and Asian teams in Season 2, and games were played in the Blizzard Arena in Los Angeles.
Does go down, and Rez comes in from NYXL, and here comes Pine. Gets one, gets two, looking for a bit more, gets another one. Are you kidding me? This guy is going to single-handedly change the point back over to NYXL. He's going to kill everybody. Oh! Okay, Pine, big.
Other hack trying to come through from hydration onto agility, so you know how devastating the hack is now. This Fisher's
get him, son!
The map, he
oh no, he's gone! He's got another jump. He gets knocked back, barraged in. This is a bit ballsy. Fisher takes him down.
As you're about to see with the Infrasight and nailed the shots. Not many Widowmakers would go for this play.
Yeah, but Pine would,
and he just absolutely nails it here. Even the machine gun, what a flick!
Are
and
you
another one, beautiful.
For the first 2 years, the league was doing very well. New and returning players tuned to the league and fell in love with something that was new, hype, and exciting. Viewership continued to grow, competing with other esports with a pre-existing scene, and engagement online was popping off with streamers like XQC.
Zeke! Oh, man! This game is messed up! I'm going
Not only that, all games were being played live in person instead of being played online, helping viewership but also the connection people felt for their favorite team and plays when they were playing live.
Is this the answer to their problem?
And Tuno's
down again. That heralds disaster generally for the Fusion, and Carpe wasn't far behind. Prophet with 3! He's killed.
Though the league was doing very well, Overwatch as a game was struggling more and more with balance and meta issues, and with the release of their newest character, Brig, there were signs of cracks.
Just doing my part.
This is the bad times. If you ask many in the community, they would say this period was when Overwatch struggled. Brig, the most hated character on release, was meant to counter the die meta that was running the game, but ended up doing worse. In no other words, she was broken as she could do everything. She had a shield that could stun enemies out of their shields and abilities, and had AoE healing that healed her teammates and made her impossible to kill. And her ultimate, Rally, an ultimate that granted a large amount of armor to her entire team that didn't decay, giving herself and her teammates 300 health extra.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it off. Yeah. Not unlucky for me. I might be restarting again.
He can kill her in a blink. She kills before she can blink.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it off.
Oh, no one is dying anywhere on this. Birdwing's got another grab, the second into the fight. Gonna catch several again. Follow-up still not quite there. Transcendence able to keep him alive. And now finally someone dies and it happens to be Prophet. Ooh, the big wipe!
GOATS was exciting when you got to see the best two teams play, like when San Francisco Shock played against the Vancouver Titans in Stage 1 playoffs. But when you get to see like the bottom 20 team play against each other, holy crap, it is such a snooze fest to watch. To viewers, it was very boring seeing the same heroes being played over and over again on every map and every match. Every team fight was drawn out and focused on ability cooldowns than cool flashy solo plays. And the game was difficult to watch as a beginner, as it was all about micro plays and micro adjustments compared to the old flashy plays of Season 1. And with every update Blizzard released to address the meta, made GOATS better.
We do see the Outlaws are going to pull out Dante's Tracer. This has been some of the things that Outlaws fans have been waiting for is a good Tracer player on Houston. It's Jake on the far. This combo's worked well for them before, but as soon as they see the defensive setup, they will just simply swap it away. Crucial time lost here for the Outlaws.
I'm just letting the fans give their
The lack of communication and a proper patch to address GOATS led to extended community frustration, with many pro players retiring at this time. It led to boring matches and burned out viewers who wanted a more dynamic, very competitive scene, and Blizzard's delayed and limited response left a lasting impression on both casual players and the pro community, with some questioning whether Blizzard truly understood how to balance Overwatch in a way that would keep all levels of the game healthy and engaging. Though the meta was stale, with San Francisco Shock winning in Stage 2, a new viewership record was set with an average number of people watching 500,000. Eventually, in Stage 4, Blizzard's solution in ending the GOATS era was by implementing a 2-2-2 roll-lock. 2 tanks, 2 supports, and 2 DPS. While this was effective, it came at the cost of locking players into rigid roles, which some felt limited the creativity and fluidity of Overwatch's team compositions. Many players and pros wished Blizzard had addressed the issue by balancing individual heroes rather than implementing such a rigid system-wide change.
To the point when Slime is already removed from the fight, the wrecking ball is down and Janu, he can't touch, he is walled off, the door is shut in their face. A golden stage, and finally a golden crown. The San Francisco Shock like a 2019 Overwatch League champion.
Then, in the upcoming season, Blizzard announced a homestand model for Overwatch League Season 3, designed to make the league like traditional sport leagues. Now, each team would host in-person events in their respective city and locations, with teams traveling all around the world throughout the season. People within the scene were skeptical of this model due to the amount of travel teams would have to do, but was done to create local fan bases and live experiences for fans outside of NA to bring the game close to you.
More than 3 billion people in almost 70 countries and territories have been asked to stay at home.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
And just like that, the COVID pandemic hit, causing homestands and games to be postponed, cancelled, and forced the league to shift to online-only matches. The format had to be changed, forcing a division of the league into Western and Eastern teams to minimize ping, latency and the time zone between countries. You would have thought that this would increase viewership as everyone was at home, but there was a 60% drop in viewership as viewers from one division like Eastern would be less interested and likely to watch Western Pacific due to time zone, causing inconsistent viewership and engagement. Not only that, you could tell that the Overwatch League wasn't ready for COVID as production quality during the season really dropped. The other reason on the drop of viewership was the move from Twitch to YouTube for $160 million compared to the $90 million deal between Twitch and the league for the first 2 years. And as a result, clearly the established community and audience that OWL had built on Twitch for the last 2 years was alienated and left behind. Many fans were used to using Twitch to watch OWL, and to be honest, the streaming experience that Twitch has in the form of emotes, chat interactions, and drops was outright better than YouTube. And YouTube as a platform is less suited for live content discovery due to the lack of discovery for new audiences, as sometimes the stream wasn't popping up on people's recommended, not knowing if the game was on or being notified, or not being aware that the Overwatch League had moved from Twitch to YouTube. And compared to Twitch that would advertise our streams on the homepage, featured in esport categories, and is a platform suited for esports. The move from Twitch to YouTube disrupted OWL's growth trajectory, alienated part of its audience, and reduced viewership engagement. The move may have provided financial security for Activision Blizzard in the short term, but it came at the cost of viewership numbers and the sense of community that OWL had built on Twitch, and it was instantly controversial and hated by the fans. Though the season of OWL was rough and scuffed, at least we got to hear this iconic call from Bren.
Fearless, hunting for targets. He looks like a lost schoolboy in the field being bullied for his shorts. But Brad Fleder now moving over onto the Widowmaker, taking the clutch into his own hands. The headshot after headshot after headshot. I do not believe what we have just witnessed. The Shanghai Dragons are elite.
The 2021 season of OWL was an overall improvement in production compared to the scuffed organization of the previous year, with tournaments like the mid-season, the Junjiaos, being played live in person, LAN environment in the University of Hawaii. Alongside the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the season was heavily impacted by the sexual harassment and discrimination lawsuit against Activision Blizzard, which led to sponsor drops, budget cuts, and overall downsizing of the league. Regional competition was introduced to manage logistical issues with teams grouped by region, NA, and APAC, but this division affected viewership consistency and created a less unified competition structure. And on July 2021, the Activision Blizzard lawsuit scandal caused sponsors including Coca-Cola, State Farm, and Colegs to withdraw to distance themselves from the brand to avoid association from Blizzard's toxic workplace allegations. And Overwatch League became associated with these serious allegations and was overshadowed by the company's lawsuit and terrible workplace. Not only that, many tank players' pro careers was at question and at stake with the reveal of Overwatch 2 being 5v5 and having one less tank. Now, looking back at this moment without looking at Season 5 and Season 6, as that honestly could be its own video with the introduction of Overwatch 2, 3 factors played a role on the downfall of Overwatch League. 1. Just as Overwatch League was transitioning to a city-based homestand model, COVID-19 forced the league to cancel in-person events, moving to an online format. 2. Activision Blizzard's sexual harassment scandal, making sponsors backing out. And 3. Shifting to YouTube, the league was unable to cultivate new fan interest or retain its original audience. Now, in 2023, the Toronto Grand Finals marks the end of the league's last year, ending Blizzard's ambitious esports project. The Overwatch League gave orgs the vote on whether or not they wanted to stay and continue to play in the current system or cut their losses, taking a $6 million payout and withdraw. Every team decided to withdraw, closing a chapter in Blizzard's esport history of the Overwatch League. It's sad, looking back at it now, seeing what the league could have been, and we saw glimpses of what the league could have been in the first 2 seasons, but it truly could have been something special.
And just like that, the 2023 season is coming to an end, and we get to look back at 6 incredible, unforgettable years. It's really impossible to express the emotions that all of you out there and us here on the desk are feeling right now, but I will give it a try. I currently feel an immense sense of gratitude, love and pride, thinking of the heroes behind the scenes who have shaped and built the Overwatch League. You all made this so much more than just a competition. This was not just a show, all right? This was a shared dream that was uniting us across borders, languages, and differences. It was the hard work and the commitment of everyone out there, which was bringing the teams and the fans alike the best possible experience each and every show, and all of that has been nothing short of remarkable. And to my broadcast family right here with me on stage, and everyone who joined us in the past as well, your voices have guided us through the ups and downs, through all the action the past 6 years. Just thank you. Your talent, your love, and your passion has made this an unforgettable journey for us all. And you out there, the fans, your cheers, your tears, the unwavering support, you were the lifeblood of this league. You made this so much more than just a gaming community. This was family. You are incredible, and we want to thank you so much for every single moment you shared with us. And of course, our teams. You all embodied sportsmanship. Your dedication, you taught us resilience and teamwork through victories and defeats. And now that we close this chapter, I think we should all just look back at it and remember the moments that took our breath away. We have to remember the friendships we got to form and the lessons that we learned. So from all of us, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being a part of this incredible journey. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a joy to share this experience with all